Thank you so much for coming. I'm Simon Meller. I'm the Executive Director for Arts and Culture at the Arts Council. We believe that there is much more that we can do to work with the arts and culture sector to agree more rigorous definitions of both excellence and reach.
The Wolfbound report and its literature review, the work that's been happening in Manchester and the work that's been happening with children and young people around the development of some principles, bringing all of those messages together and hearing them in one space has caused some really interesting questions and debates to arise.
I think this afternoon was really interesting in bringing academics and practitioners in the study of cultural value together. The aim of the Manchester pilot was really to see whether we could grasp the opportunity of a sector-led and sector-owned, bottom-up development project as to whether it was possible to agree a pragmatic method of accounting for quality in a way that we were comfortable with and had credibility beyond our sector. The arts and cultural sector still struggles really to give an account of quality or excellence in a way that doesn't seem self-serving. You know, of course, everything that we do is good because we do it and we're members of the arts and cultural sector. And therefore, in a way that has credibility with external stakeholders, funders, government, and so on.
The process of co-producing metrics, I think, is quite important and I feel worked quite well in this project. So I would say we had a very positive collaboration with the cultural organisations in Manchester. We worked very hard for long periods of time thinking about what they wanted to evaluate and what metrics were going to capture the essence of those outcomes.
Late last year, Arts Council England issued an invitation to tender for an international literature review on intrinsic cultural value. Organizations of all kinds that ask questions and expose themselves to criticism of their core work are stronger organizations. The impact of cultural experiences is impossibly complex and ultimately unknowable. Yet the need persists to understand how arts and cultural experiences affect people, and there are methods of eliciting good data, and a great deal of progress is being made.
Impact happens over a period of time, that it's not just a snapshot moment.
The quality principles that we've been developing over the past 3 years have helped us to understand the impact that we're having.
The ambition was to build on 3 pillars of existing research, quality frameworks that already existed in the sectors, and the expertise of the sector to develop a shared understanding for the Arts Council and the arts and cultural organisations.
Jack was one of 7 living in a 2-bedroom house, and this family had no experience really of participating in the arts before.
He was actually kind of chucked into that rehearsal room where he did have something really kind of life-changing.
These 15 organisations have involved a total of 725 other organisations and over 47,000 children and young people in piloting the quality principles.
What I'd like the Arts Council to do around quality is to, I think, not believe it has to work towards a single framework, but actually encourage a number of different approaches to the assessment of quality, with the end goal of improving quality across the arts and cultural sector as a whole.
Doing this literature review was a little bit like peeling an onion that keeps growing and it never ends, and you peel back a layer only to find another layer. And so there's so much more research that is there that needs to be reviewed, and there's so much more research to be done.
In terms of what the Arts Council could do next, I think it would be really useful for them to facilitate some conversations between artistic leadership and administrative leadership within cultural organisations about the impact that they're making in their community and in the sector more broadly.
There's also a great deal more research to do around impact, how people are able to report how they're affected, what questions are reasonable to ask individual audience members, and particularly how to design questions that an average person can understand and respond to.
The key things that you can never trump are the qualitative stories, the standout stories of an individual child's journey around finding a talent and having their family, who weren't cultural participants, engage in the arts as a result of that.